What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Zeke. Today I got a good video for y'all. We're gonna be installing an iComfort S30. Let's go. All right, so let's take a look at everything we're gonna need to complete the install of the iComfort S30. You're gonna need some low voltage wire. You're gonna need a drill. In our case, we're using a good old DeWalt drill. You're gonna need some wire cutters or some wire strippers. You're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver, a low voltage flathead. In our case, our system is non-communicating, so we're going to be using a equipment interface module, EIM module. You're going to need the LCD for the S30. You're going to need the wall mount and also the smart hub. A little bit about the EIM module if you're not familiar with it. What it does is it allows you to connect a communicating thermostat with a non-communicating system. If you are using this module, it has a diagram up here and it kind of walks you through how to set the DIT switches and how to set the stages and everything to control and set it up for your unit specifically. For our setup, we're connecting this EIM to an air handler. So we'll be connecting the W1 right here for our heat. We'll be connecting the G for our fan. We'll be connecting the Y1 for our cooling. We'll be using the C terminal for the common, the R for the 24 volts, and we'll be using O for the reversing valve. We'll be using these terminals right here, these 4 terminals, R, plus, minus, and C. These will be our communicating wires, where we connect our communicating wires to the S30 hub. All right, so right here we have the smart hub. This smart hub is going to take the 4 wires from our EIM module. The standard in the industry is pretty much red, white, blue, and green. I like to think of it American flag plus money. You know, it's pretty easy to remember. But we're going to connect those, red, white, blue, and then green. And then it'll be the same on the other R, plus, minus, and C. And these 4 terminals right here are where you connect to the wall mount. You do red, white, blue, and green. This right here will be the wall mount. This is where you would connect your red, white, blue, and green. The same as what you have connected to the smart hub. Let's say you have 2 stages of heat and cooling and you want to get this thing set up. It'd be a similar setup. You'd use the white wire for the W1. Let's say we use the black wire for W2. We'd use the green wire for G, which is our fan. We can use the brown for our Y2 for second stage of cooling. We can use the yellow wire for our Y1. We'd use the blue for our common. We'd use the red for our power, 24 volts. And if you had an air handler, you'd use the O for the reversing valve. And the same setup would remain for the communicating wires. Now that we've gone over all the tools and components that we'll need for this S30 install, we're gonna go ahead and go in the attic and get this installed. I'll meet y'all up there. All right, y'all, so we're working with this Honeywell zoning system with 2 zones on it. It's an air handler, heat pumps outside. We're gonna go ahead and get that EIM connected that I showed y'all earlier along with the S30 hub. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, y'all, so the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and open up this zoning system and see what we got. All right, so as you can see, we have our zone damper number 1, which is this wire. We have thermostat number 1, which I'm thinking is downstairs. We have zone damper number 2, and then thermostat number 2, which looks like that's going to the master bedroom. So this is what we want right here. We're gonna go ahead and kill the power and then take these wires off. All right, now that we got our power out, let's go ahead and remove these wires safely and without blowing anything. All right, got those out. Let's just put these to the side. All right, so we are gonna install this interface module and the hub right about here, right next to it. So let's go ahead and get this tape and jumbo wire out the way, make this look a little cleaner, and get that installed. All right, so now that we got the tape out the way, let's go ahead and get this EIM installed.
not much space, so we're gonna go ahead and install this about right here. Just make sure we get these main prongs in here. I want to over tighten it. Now we got that there. Let's go ahead and install this right next to it. So we're gonna take some of that wire. All right, so now that we got both of these installed, the interface module and the hub, we are going to be connecting our terminals down here to the zone board, and then we'll be connecting these communicating terminals right here to our hub. Let's get that done. So we're gonna start with some clean wire. We're gonna go ahead and strip this guy, get our rope. Then we'll use the rope to actually pull it down, like so. And we'll cut this off, clean that up. Then we'll look where we started to cut. A little bit below that, we will cut this excess off. All right, so we are gonna need the yellow wire for our cooling. We're gonna need the green wire for our fan, orange wire for the reversing valve, red wire for our power, white wire for the heat, and then blue wire for the common. We just wrap those around like so. All right, we'll go ahead and strip these. Now you don't need too much. That's plenty right there. I've been doing this for a little while, so I'm comfortable with cutting it with side cutters. I actually prefer these over wire strippers. All right, so now that we got all our clean wire stripped, we're gonna go ahead and connect these. So W1 is gonna get white wire. Green wire is gonna go to our fan. This yellow wire is gonna go to our Y1. We're gonna put this blue wire to this common terminal, C terminal. We're then gonna put the red wire on this R terminal. And then we'll put the orange wire on the O terminal. All right, so now that that's connected, we need to connect the end of this wire, where we decide to cut it, to our actual zone board. So I cut it about right here, which gives us plenty of wire to play with, plenty of slack. All right, so once again, cut it about 3 inches down. Make sure you get some rope. All right, we got the rope. We will cut the rope and the insulation And we'll go down to where we first cut it once again. Cut below it. And we have clean wire, no copper showing. That's what you want. Nothing shortened. So once again, we were omitting the brown and the black. All right, we're gonna do that once again. Strip all of them. All right, so this one is more of just a push-in. We don't necessarily need a screwdriver. So we'll start at the top with the red. Then we'll do our common, which is the blue wire. And we'll do our yellow, which is the Y. And we'll put another screw in here so it'll stop rattling like this. And I skipped one. We'll put white wire on our emergency heat. Yeah, let's pop another screw in this thing. I should have put at least 3. But we'll fix it. Let's use this top over here. And so with this screw. There you go, that's a lot better. Alright, so where were we? Let's get our green wire down here. It's gonna go to our G terminal, which is the fan. And last but not least, we have our O, which is the reversing valve, and that's gonna go, orange wires, and go to the O terminal. All right, so now that all these are connected, we are going to get back to our interface module and connect. Let me get a little closer view for y'all. All right, so if you look right here, we got our R, plus, minus, and C. That's going to be our communicating terminals. So we're going to use another piece of that wire we had and we brought up here, and we are going to cut it. All right, so we move the camera a little closer. These are the terminals we're going to be using: the R, the plus and minus, and the C terminal. Those are our communicating terminals. That's what we're going to be using to connect to the S30 hub, which is right here. Oh yeah. All right, so let's connect those real quick. Once again, we're gonna strip these, boom, like so. Pull this wire. We're gonna cut this insulation and this rope off. Go back up to where we first started it. Cut a little bit below that. So for this, we only need 4 wires. We need red, white, green, and blue. So that's what we'll be using: red, white, green, blue. That's pretty much a universal standard wherever you go, how they'll hook up the communicating, those 4 wires. All right, so let's go ahead and strip these like so. All right. So you're gonna need a low voltage screwdriver for this, one of these guys. All right, let's go ahead and connect the red wire in the R terminal. And then white is gonna go in the plus, if we can get it over there. Come on. And I'm gonna go ahead and hook this blue wire into the minus. If it wants to go in there. I think we got it. Would have helped if I get myself a little more space with this hub, but we're okay. And then we're gonna put this green wire in the C. All right, now that those are in there, we're gonna connect the other end to our hub. So once again, we will clean it up some. We'll cut it. All right, you got a good view of the hub. There's another terminal over there, but we can't really see it. It's okay. So we have 4 terminals here. We have red, we have R, plus, minus, and C. It'll be the same thing over here. We're just gonna color coordinate that again. So let's go ahead and cut our insulation off. All right, then you wanna take this little rope, pull it down, give yourself, just cut the rope in this off so the string isn't getting everywhere. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it below where we cut initially. And we're just using red, white, green, blue. And kind of wrap these other ones around. All right, let's strip these once again. This one we don't need a screwdriver either, but we're gonna do the same thing. Red is gonna go to the R. White is gonna go to the plus. Blue to the minus. And green to the C terminal. All right. So for the other side of this is gonna be our actual thermostat wire. It's gonna go. So that thermostat wire that we pulled out earlier that was inside of these terminals, we're gonna use the red, white, green, blue from those wires and connect it to our S30 hub. As you can see, we have the wires here. We're gonna take the red, white, green, blue wire. Let's untangle these. All right. So we're gonna take those wires. You're gonna cut these off. We don't really need this. I don't want that touching anything. And we're gonna just start over. We want fresh wire. So strip these again. Just to eliminate any problems, always start with some fresh wire. Just re-strip it. All right, so we're gonna do red, white, and blue, and then green. All right, we have that connected. We are going to there's not much I could do with this. I will strap this up best I can, clean it up some. All right, so let's go ahead and go down and hook up the S30 and get this thing powered back on. All right, y'all, so this is the thermostat that they have here currently. It's pretty basic. It's a digital thermostat, but pretty basic. So let's go ahead and remove these wires. It'll be the same as upstairs. Power's still off. Let's get that low voltage. All right, so we're just gonna take our low voltage screwdriver and push these little prongs in right here. Same thing for this Y. Same thing for this green wire. And the orange. All right, white wire. And then this red wire. All right, now we got our wires loose. Let's take these screws out. Solve this thermostat in place. Sorry, I wasn't really seeing nothing but the back of my glove. You didn't miss much. I just take the screws out. All right, so this is what we'll be installing on the wall mag mount. Looks like this. It's gonna take 4 wires. Let's open it up. All right, this is how it looks. We're gonna go ahead and get that installed real quick, and then I will hook the wires up. So as you notice, there's an arrow and the words up. That's gonna be facing up, like so. Put our wires through this middle part. Oh, that's a big old hole. Good thing the S30 is a pretty big screen. I'm just screwing this in, so pardon the back of my gloves. Let's see if I can do it like this so you can see something. A little action up in there. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get another screw right here. All right, we got that in there. So let's go ahead and get these wires connected. So just like upstairs, we're gonna do the red, white, blue, green. These things are all tangled up. Let's untangle them real quick. All right, blue and green is on this side. Red and white is on this side. Orange. Yellow won't be anywhere. All right. So let's go ahead and get the red wire in here real quick. Red's gonna go here. These wires are short, so I'm not gonna even mess with stripping them. Red, white. Then I'll have to worry about trying to pull a whole new wire, and that's not gonna be fun. Red, white, blue, and green. All right, let's get rid of these two. Let's get rid of these two. And the orange. See if we can't tuck this in here neatly. Back in the hole where you came from. We don't need you. Nor do we want you. All right. So now that that's in there. We're gonna get this top right on. All right. Let's put the S30 on there. All right, that's how she's looking. Huge upgrade. let's go ahead and go back in the attic and cut this power on, and I'll be right back. All right, so we just finished installing the S30. Here's a look at our hub. Here's a look at our EIM module, zone board. Let's go ahead and cut this power back on. Anyone who's installed an S30 knows those red lights of death will kick your butt. So let's hope for the best and hope we get that good old green and blue light. Oh, snap. All right, I don't see a red one yet. It's always a good sign. Oh yeah, I think we good. Oh yeah, purple. Oh yeah, I think we good. So we're just waiting for this magenta light to go away and it just be a green solid blue and then a flashing green light, and we know everything is connected properly. I'm not gonna go downstairs until I see that. Come on. Come on. Uh-oh. All right, look like we might have a magenta light. Let's see. Wait a couple more minutes. Oh, let's go. Flashing green. All right, let's take a look downstairs and see how that look. Lights are on our EIM. Look like we good. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, we Gucci. All right, let's hit this good old cancel button a million times. All right, so let's test it out. Let's put it in heat mode. Let's turn the heat up to 78 just to get it to come on. All right, so now the light's just dimmed and I heard the heat pump kick in, so we are running. We'll go ahead and make sure the heat strips did come on, everything is working good. And yeah, we'll do a recap on this video. All right, before I close this video out, I'm gonna clean this up some. Show you what it looked like before. Wires just dangling. Straighten it up. All right, so this is how we're looking after we done cleaned it up. Clean up the wires, put a couple straps up. Yeah, nice and neat. All right, if you like the video, show your boy some love. Subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, all that good stuff. See you on the next one.